Vapers, Everyday Vaper here again, and we've got a little bit of a different review today. Today we're going to be reviewing some coils. These were sent to me by Steve Massingham. He's got a website called craftycoils.co.uk. He's been making coils for quite a time now, but now he's just set up his website and started selling them. We've got 3 coils to review today. You can also find him on Instagram. I've put the information below, and also he's part of a collective, a group of coilers that do coils and wire porn. They're called the Build Faction, and you can find them on Facebook, and I should put a link below for that. So we're going to be looking at the coils, going to be looking at them close up. I'm not going to show you how I put them in, but once they're in, we're going to look at how they heat up and how they fire once they're wicked and juices, and then we're going to come and have a look at how they vape as well, which is always a good thing to do. So we've got 3 coils. We've got a Staggered Clapton coil, we've got a Fused Clapton coil, and we've got a Clapton Plait as well. Okay, so first up then, let's have a look at the Staggered Clapton. So the Staggered Clapton then, made with 28 gauge and 32 gauge Canthal. As you can see, it's very even throughout, very intricate coil, and burns evenly throughout. It's quite a wide diameter coil, so you do need larger post holes in your drippers or in your tanks. But fits very nicely inside a dripper. The Staggered coil is wicked and juiced, so I'm going to be running this at 50 watts. Let's just see how it works. So ramp up time's a little bit high, but that is a bit of a beast. It reads 0.3, I think it was 0.34. So at 50 watts. You can see how all those little holes and nodules hold a bit more juice and spit out that vapour. So let's see how it vapes then. So that's the Staggered Clapton close up. Let's just look at how it vapes, and I've got it in the velocity at the moment, and it's reading at 0.3, and we're going to be doing at 50 watts to begin with, and I've got the airflow half open. So that's 50 watts, airflow half open. So getting a good amount of flavour coming through. Obviously stacks of vape production, but I am using 80% VG juice as well. So these coils are definitely good for flavour and for vape production, because they've got such a massive surface area to heat up the wick, and also they hold a lot of juice in all the grooves and divots and things. So let's turn this up then to 70 watts. Let's give it a go at 70. Just going to turn the airflow up full, I think, as well. Awesome vape, absolutely awesome vape. It's not too hot either at that temp, at that wattage. It's still lots of flavour coming through, and also, as you see, stacks of vape production. One last blast at 100 watts then. So even at 100 watts, not too hot at all. In fact, it's a nice cool vape with the airflow right, well, I wouldn't say cool, but it's warm, but it's not hot. The airflow is right open as well. And just loads and loads of vape and loads of flavour. Good coil. Let's have a look at the next one then. So next up then we have the Fused Clapton, made with 32 gauge and 28 gauge Canthal, and then hammered flat. It's a little bit smaller in diameter than the Staggered Clapton, so it fits better in a small hole post dripper. So I've got this one in the Kennedy. And again, you can see the intricacy of it. When it glows, you can see the actual individual elements of the coils there still coming through. The fused Clapton then, wicked and juiced, all ready to go. Again running this 50 watts. So again, because of the large surface area, a lot of vape production at 50 watts. So let's see how this one vapes. So the fused Clapton then, I've got that in a Kennedy, and it's a little bit tighter diameter than the Staggered Clapton. So we're going to see how it goes. Again, we're going to start at 50 watts, same juice. This one is reading 0.4. Stacks of vape production, nice and cool vape as well. And really good flavour coming off it as well. Not a strong flavour as the Staggered, I don't think, in my personal opinion. But still a good flavour. Okay, let's go up to 70 watts then. So 70 watts, again, stacks of vape production, absolutely loads of it. And the flavour is good. Okay, yeah, really good flavour. One last blast at 100 watts then. So great flavour, great vape production as well, and still quite it's a warm vape, but I wouldn't say it's too hot. Okay, let's look at the next one. So next up then we have the Clapton Plait or Clapton Plait. It's 6x34 or core, 38 or grab Claptons. Very, very artistic, very intricate coil. So just looking at it without actually using it to vape, it does look very, very artistic. Fires evenly throughout. It's kind of flat, so it's similar to a ribbon wire rather than a circular wire. So a little bit fiddly to get the coil spacing right, and does work better with a dripper that has screws going down to hold it in place rather than across like the Velocity. But it's a very good looking coil. So of course what we have to do is just see how they vape. So the Clapton Plait is now wicked and juiced, ready to go. So we're going to be running this at 50 watts again. So a little bit of ramp up time, but not a lot. And as you can see, again, this thing, because of the way it's constructed, holds a lot of juice, a lot of surface area, and a lot of vape. So the Clapton Plait then, this comes in at 0.78 ohms. So again, we're going to start off at 50 watts. Let me just dig it out. Here we go. Yeah, good flavour, really good flavour of this one. And loads of vape production, loads of it. This one has got, in my mind, the best flavour out of all of them. Let me just pop a little bit more juice on the drip, and then we're going to take it up to 70 watts. Here we go. Great flavour, great flavour. What I've been impressed about all three of these coils is the ramp up time and the ramp down time. It's pretty quick. So I've used them on a mech mod. Obviously, I prefer regulated, and also you can try them out better on a regulated, but they heat up really quick on a regulated and cool down really quick. Okay, 70 watt, 100 watts then. Great flavour, great vape. They're good coils, well made. Okay, so if you're like me, I'm quite boring with my coils. The most adventures I get is with twisted canthal, and I usually buy that twisted canthal as well. I'm not one of these guys that fiddles around with coils. So to get these coils ready-made, pre-made to stick in your drippers and in potentially your tanks as well, I think it's a really good idea. Let's dig out some prices for you then. The prices are for the staggered fusion and for the staggered and fused, they're £4.50 each, and the Clapton Plaits are £6 each. The fused Clapton is it's not on the site yet, but it'd be £4 for that one. So it's quite a good price. There are cheaper ones out there, but these are all handmade to order as well. So you can find him at craftycoils.co.uk. Check it out.